G'day everyone, welcome back. We are going to do some wiring today. We've got the air compressor. We've got that to wire up, plumb up, mount. We have got flashing light. We've got two-way. We've got solar panel, hopefully. We've got to figure all out how we're going to mount it up there. What else do we need to do? We need to get this hose into the from the air filter into the engine and mount that up properly. And yeah, we'll see how far we get with the day. We could also put this bottom floor in here and hinge that, and then have that so that's all sorted, ready to go. But obviously we've got to wait for road tech before we finish all that. But yeah, let's jump straight on into it. I reckon we'll probably start with the air compressor. Right, what we are going to install on the truck is an ARB twin compressor. We've got these in each one of mine and Henry's utes, and yeah, they're really good. Now, we've gone for this because we know that it turns off when it gets to a certain pressure in the tank, and it'll turn back on when that pressure's gone. So I think this, I'll have to check the what's it called? The manual, but I believe it's something like 150 is what it'll get up to, and then it comes back on at like 70 or 100 or something like that. So it's going to be ideal for what we want. Now, one thing that isn't ideal is this thing costs like 750 bucks, and all you get is that and a wiring harness. Doesn't come with any of the plumbing to have your hoses go into it, nothing like that, just that and a wiring harness. I think that's absolutely shocking by ARB, but anyway, what can you do? So the idea I was plumbing with everything else anyway, so the idea is to chuck it in here somewhere. So on there, we'll figure out how to mount it. We've then, Dad's already done this. We've got this set up, so this is where the ARB is going to plumb into. We're going to have it so that it can charge this all day, every day, and then say if we at a fire, we want to blow radiators out, we want to pump tyres up, we turn the air compressor off, and then we can plug onto a hose here and we can use a hose. So that's the idea behind that. The other thing I'm going to do, and I've got all the hose and the parts for it, is I'm going to have it so it's coming over this way as well, and it plumbs into this one just here, which fills that tank there, which that does the brakes and the bags. So it'll keep everything pumped up and everything ready to roll. This thing, once you start, takes a good 5 to 8 minutes to build its air. So then you can release the handbrake. And at a fire, like especially if the fire's on at our place, that's a long time to wait, and you can't move the truck. So I'm going to see how it goes, plumbing it up to there and having it charging that as well. So right, let's see how we go with how we mount this. So going through the destruction manual, there really isn't much to it. They tell you to take this thing off and adjust your your outlet, but we don't need to do that. It just needs to go straight. So we're sorted there, and then the next thing is that's our mounting bracket. And it literally is just got 8 of these tiny little bolts that hold this thing on. This thing's pretty heavy too. It'd be at least 12 kilos. Now I'm thinking, because obviously if I drill through the frame there, that's going to be too thick for our bolt. Like, we won't have any room. And then I was sort of thinking, I'll take that off, just weld it to the frame. You really shouldn't do that. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to measure up a section of steel, cut it out, and we're going to put a bit of steel like this in here. So however big we need. And then we'll chuck the compressor here, and then we'll be able to just bolt it on through there. Should be able to get our hands behind enough to get a bolt through there. And then, so this is all it comes with, is the 2 air filter looking things that go there. that's your switch. So that gets to God knows where. And this is the big one that goes to the battery with your fuses and everything. So that one, because the batteries are just there, it'd be good. You don't want to have a huge distance to batteries. So yeah, that'll be ideal. So I better get a measuring tape and go and cut some steel up. Thankfully, for the cost of the thing, they give you a nice little piece of paper that gives you the where to drill your holes. So we're going to use that as our template. And look at that. Bang, bang, done. Then we can just literally just drill our holes on here, chuck her up, easy peasy. Been a slight rethink of what we're doing. Now you might remember this box because it came off of that. And this was how you control the PDO pump. So what we're going to do, the reason we're thinking about putting it in a box now is, you read the instructions and no sunlight, no water, no minimal dust and everything like that. And you'd be pretty okay here for sunlight and water, but not dust obviously, because obviously straight off the wheel. We did think briefly about putting it up in here, but then the water you get from just a fire and just hoses and everything, it'll just get destroyed in there. We did think in the cab here and put it under the seat, but then that would change. We don't have the fittings to sort of change that idea. Would work, but we'd have to take the seat out as well. So we're going to see how we go with that box back in the exact same spot we were thinking. So we'll gut it and see how we go. Right, she's all gutted. All the stuff is on the ground now. And this will probably just go in sort of like that. I'm going to have to figure out the whole air side of things and make sure that will close. So I'll just go and grab my T-piece, chuck it on there, and we'll lay this down and see how it looks. It'll look something like that. Now, again, the reason we're going for the box is just to give it that bit more protection and extend the life of it from the dust, whatever water might get on it, stuff like that. This has obviously got a lot of holes in the back. Once I get this out, I'll show you, which is a good thing because got all these holes just there. That will, but it's a good thing because obviously Henry and I have got these in our utes and in our side doors, side toolboxes. You have to make sure the toolboxes are open, otherwise you'll suck the door in and yeah, you'll break it. Obviously needs air, so having all these holes, it's not a bad thing. It'll be able to get air from the outside world into this box, but this also hasn't got a seal around it or anything, so it's alright. So I'll get it mounted. So we've got it mounted up there and we're sort of faffing around because we've got all of these cords that don't go to anything that, it comes with a switch, but it doesn't get, there's like 3 options for switches. So we're just going to see if we can bypass everything and just make our own switch off that there. So we've wired it all up and we're about to find out if it works or not. So yeah, fingers crossed. Nothing. We'll be right back after these messages. Right, So we still need all that crap. So that was about attempt 4 or 5, and we finally got it. We've plumbed everything in together. We just had this in the wrong switch, and yeah, we finally got it to work. I don't know why, I just want to have it so that I can have a switch going off that, positive and negative. And I'm not sure why we couldn't just do that.
It does seem odd.
It seems very odd. Now that we've got it wired the right way, maybe we take this all out and we just go off those two. Oh no, because that needs... No, I know why it didn't work. Because that black needs to go to a neutral. That needs to go to a positive, and we need to put a switch in. We could still have this working.
Oh, it is working.
It is working.
Sort of.
At least we know it works. We're going to figure out how to make it so that we can just use the switch. Found a very informative YouTube video that we've now cut wires. So we're hoping it works, and we're going to give it a try, and hopefully this eliminates all of that crap there that we don't need or want. That's for lockers and stuff, so we don't want that. We just want to be able to turn it off and on. So we're about to find out if it works or not. Oh, hang on. Yep, no, you're good. Yep. Well, that guy was very helpful.
And this is why we watch YouTube.
Perfect. Right. We finally got the wiring sorted.
Nice and simple.
Yeah. So the plan is to, we need that to raise our level up, and then I'll probably get another bar to over the top and then put a plate on that. Now I need a bar because the way I'm opening the door, I need to have it raised up by, I don't know, that much. So yeah, I'm going to tack this in place, and then we'll get it all square and get everything else built. And yeah, I thought I avoided having to all my welding, but I didn't. So it's currently 36 degrees at the moment, and in the shed it's, I don't know, probably 37, 38. It's very warm, very warm. Anyway, let's get this done. And I don't know if we're going to get to the solar panel or anything else today, but at least I can get this done, and that's ideal, because this is very important, this part. I was about to weld it up and only tack it in place because, you know, I've got to check these things. And where the outlet, where we're going to, well, the inlet outlet, whichever way you want to think about it, for the air hose, was going to be obstructed. So I'm going to change it to where we are there, and hopefully being that far back isn't an issue. And this is what I was meaning with the lid. So see how that's lifting that up? So I need to raise this up so that we're all sorted there. Our box is in place. We've got it plumbed up to going around there into our tank, and then Dad is now doing that one to go around to the other side to plumb it into our air supply. So while Dad's doing that, I'm going to get this all installed and get that sorted. Now to do that, I'm going to try and attempt to take this plug apart and see if I can thread that through nice and neatly instead of me having to add more wires and things like that. I just want to get away from doing that and just have it nice, neat little package like this. I was able to get the plug off and everything's still intact, thankfully. Now I've got to get it all back together the exact same way I took the plug out, plug that in. Then the next one is just to plug this one in here, which is our switch, which I'm going to drill a hole on this wall here so that you can turn it off and on as you're sort of getting into the driver's side. And then I'll run a power cord back to here, and we'll hook everything up, and then we'll be good to test it. All wired in, all wired up. Let's, I haven't tested it yet. We're testing this together. Which way does my tap go? That way. There we go. It works. So that's pumping into 2 tanks at the moment. So I'll go over here and turn this one off. So we're focusing on one. So this is what pumps up our airbags and our brakes, everything like that. And then the other one is just for the air starter. So obviously that's only a 12 volt compressor. It can't, well, they didn't have 24 volt ones in there, so I can't do it over 24. So that solar panel, which actually I've brought down, will be going, can go over 2, so this can go over 24 volt, this goes up to 36, so we'll chuck this on the roof. So we've got making sure that we're charging those batteries, because obviously the demand on that one battery is going to be quite substantial. So yeah, I guess that'll be a tomorrow job along with this stuff here. So make sure you guys are tuned in for that one. We'll leave the video here. We got the one thing achieved, so that's a positive. But we're getting close to the end goal. I don't know how far away Rotec are from getting that solenoid for us, because that's one that's really going to hold us up. But yeah, we can't really do much about it. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, everyone. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and as always, see you in the next one.